What's going on? Hey, what's up? Justin back, episode 1 of The Painted Fool. Space I've created for us to just share issues, challenges, problems, solutions, application and results, and what might need to be done over, what needs to be adjusted, shared, whatever the case is. It's a big space where we're all going to have open dialogue and all that good stuff, and share different ways to getting out of situations, or getting through situations more so. I have a podcast called The Painted Fool. You can find that all over the streaming platforms, podcast platforms, SoundCloud as well, and of course here on YouTube and Facebook. So let's just get right into it. All right, what's up? All right, so what is The Painted Fool? The Painted Fool is a space I've initially decided to create for artists, and it was a space where we would discuss problem solutions and results towards artist development. But I said, a lot of these things that I wanted to touch aren't like exclusive to artists, they're exclusive to everybody. Everybody has to work through and obtain different discipline to get to where we need to get to. So I said, open this up to everybody, have a wider level of discussion, and it'll just be bigger because I wanted to include everyone, and I know that I just didn't want to limit it to artists. So what started this Painted Fool thing was initially I had a painting I started and I completed, and it was last year, 2018. But the painting was based upon some stuff that I was getting through at the time. And it served as like a marker for me for just this path of really taking myself serious and getting through some challenges. And I just had to just deal with a lot of things that I just didn't want to touch. So it was relationships I needed to sever, but all these different relationships just shed light on how I wasn't treating myself well. So as a result of that, that painting came. The painting is called The Fisherman. I'll link it, somewhere. It's like I did a 20-minute video of it, or you can just catch it on my Instagram, on my J Green Artificial Instagram, or my Source Code Tyro Instagram. You'll see it there. But that painting in itself just was like, it started a new life for me. So The Painted Fool became a space where, oh shit, look at me. Oh yeah, I'm not editing anything out, by the way. But The Painted Fool became this space where I said, this is going to be the marker for my growth and my change, and it's going to be the same for everyone else. Anyone is invited to it. I'm sharing vulnerabilities, I'm sharing challenges I'm working through, continuing to work through, attributes and virtues I'm looking to develop, and things I'm looking to remove from my life, and it's going to go like that. Wait a minute. A painting just sold on my Etsy. Legitimately, just now. 8 minutes ago. Yeah. All right. So we are heading to U-Haul to grab my stuff for this painting. I like getting stuff on video now. I'm a vlogger, so look, I'm a licensed vlogger. I'm kidding. No, but I'm on my way now, and I'm gonna box everything up, and we're gonna have a blast with this one. This one is going to Ohio. The ones I sell online, they're always going somewhere like out of the state. One did sell within Jersey, but the rest of them, California. What was the other one? Another to Ohio, and what was the other one? Madison, Wisconsin. So this is my 4th painting I sold I sold on my website. And I'm happy about that. It was just while I was recording, so let me just take this along the way. First of all, I didn't even show y'all which painting sold, so let me get that together. So it's my Calla Lily. This one sells a lot. I sold this one online before to Miss Melina. She purchased that and said it looked nice in her bedroom. But I'm still wrapping this thing up, so let me just get back to this. She is all ready, mailed off. I'm going to go right ahead and send her the tracking information, and we will be on our way. If you haven't followed the podcast, you'll know that what the hell was that? If you haven't followed the podcast, you know the main things I'm working on right now is, of course, it's acquiring discipline, but there's certain things along the way that I'll need to get there. And one of the things I'm working through is managing my focus and my attention, how much time and energy I devote towards being more focused in my activities, eliminating distractions and different things in my environment, internal environment that pose as distractions towards me acquiring more focus and better attention. So I grabbed this book titled Fast Focus. Look at me. As I say that, I go out of focus. I cannot. I got this book titled Fast Focus by Damon Zahariadze. Everybody butchers his name. But I got that book, and it just brought up some things that we struggle with in managing our attention and focus and staying focused on things. So that book pretty much kickstarted not kickstarted, but it definitely brought a lot of things into perspective. And since then, I've done some cleaning up of my home, eliminated distractions, removed a lot of things that was causing distractions. For instance, putting my workspace in my bedroom, having clutter, wearing headphones to drown out external sounds, and managing how much of myself I'm available to other people and setting boundaries. All those things have affected my level of focus and attention. And having managed those, I could tell you, if you listen to the podcast episodes, you'll see and you'll hear the effects. I've even shared some of the cleaning up of my home on Instagram. Okay, so here's some of the supplies. Now this is just a part of my bedroom, right? Look at all of this. Look at all of that. An example. I'm not going to show all, but I'm going to show you an example of. I'm going to show you just parts of what it is. You can't focus in this kind of environment. First of all, you shouldn't be in your bedroom doing work anyway, and you need to designate a spot. Now, some people may not be able to they can't afford that, or they live with somebody else, or they can't do certain things where maybe you live in a home where you don't have access to these type of things, or whatever the case is. But it's important to designate spaces for your studies, because if you don't, you won't be able to manage your attention well. You won't be as attentive as you could be. So I'm cleaning up a lot. As you make mistakes like this, I tripped over this 300 times walking in between this space to get to my side of my bed. It's just not good. All right, so here's a space where I had my desk and my art supply set up. This was in my bedroom. All this is gone now. I have my little free space. All the space between my bed is back here. This is another side of my bedroom I didn't show, and I still have a little bit more to do. But prior to this, that couch had so many clothes between the floor and the seats. It was a mess. It was a whole mess. I have a bit more to go, but yeah, the floor's got to get, taken care of. Y'all don't even know, the work required. Still have so much to do, but my mind is at so much ease just looking. Y'all don't even understand. So this is step, I would say, 2 of like 5. Here's the second space. This is the main space, the only other space that needs to get really, really cleaned up. And this is this used to be a second bedroom, back when we were fostering. But here, this is, it's become a storage space / quick, toss it in here space. You know what I mean? Art storage, gym. It used to be everything. My little carving space, I would carve right by this little window. Open the window up and just carve in here. And, then there's, all these tools. My partner, he does a lot of construction work, handy stuff and all that good stuff. And it's just been a mess. So cleaning this room right here is going to do it all, really. Everything else is cool. I could not have done this without the added help of an antihistamine. Claritin, I thank you, because I would have been dead somewhere. So, yeah. Now it's just getting the actual room itself in order because it looks dull. But, yeah, look. All those tools, they're going to stay. All my art supplies are going to stay here. This is like the stand-in shower shit. All that's going to stay. But, yeah, look at all this space. I want to add some shelves on the walls and put some more stuff up there to add more floor space. But yeah, I love it. I'm like, oh my God. As soon as I cleaned up that second floor, it was like, I tried to make myself, I just wanted to test and be experimental, and I wanted to see how my mind would function. And I tried to give myself anxiety. I tried to think about what was going on. I tried to put myself in a fear mindset, and for some reason, no matter what, I was able to jump from one task in my house. Like I was able to jump from this thing to this thing to this thing, paint this, draw this. Like I wanted a particular schedule for myself to grow as an artist. And that's what my plan was. And I wasn't able to stick to that plan because I had no focus and I wasn't able to stay on task. But since doing that, I've been able to develop a consistent sketching and drawing practice and develop a consistent painting practice where I'm not stumbling over things and falling over stuff or just talking myself out of it because my room was a mess or I couldn't think clear. You know what I mean? I spoke about comprehension in the 5th episode of the podcast because that's an area that a lot of us, it's the most crucial area that a lot of us, we tend to struggle with because, and I mean, we struggle with in different environments, but we struggle with comprehension the most because a lot of us either are too lazy to do a deeper digging, or we're afraid of asking questions in public settings because of how it makes us look or how it makes us feel. It's just some ego stuff. I've been through that when I was in lectures or, even being a student in class, like in public schools when you're being asked questions or the teacher will ask if anyone has questions, or you're in a staff meeting at work or whatever you're doing and people may ask you, do you have any questions? And everybody sits there with their finger in their ass or they just sitting there quiet. And no one's really given the time and energy towards trying to understand what they're being taught. Again, for fear. Or maybe again, like I said, they're just too lazy. They don't want to inquire. They might just be sleepy or whatever it is. And it really puts a limit on how much information you acquire. And then you find yourself not retaining anything. And then you're in this whack pattern. But I brought up in the podcast how my reading comprehension was funny. Like I would actually, in reading in the past, I would read each word and not apply the context. I wouldn't apply the overhead. I wouldn't apply the relationship to the words with one another. And I was just reading things too literally. And it's funny because I was saying to a friend of mine, some of the most intelligent people have no common sense. Like we're taught everything is so complex, but just basic common sense is absent amongst a lot of intelligent people, intellectuals. They have no common sense. The most smartest people can't drive a car, or they can't work a simple computer. They can't work where they can figure everything else out, but they can't do the most basic of things. They can't, figure out, okay, well, if I have this thing in this hand and this thing in the other hand, and I have to pick this thing up off the table, maybe I should just put this down and pick that up. No, let me try to figure out another way to do it. And let me just try to think of 3 million other ways to just make it more difficult for myself. We all do that kind of stuff. And it's not that serious, and it shouldn't be taken so... People just make shit so much more difficult than what it needs to be. And I'm one of those people. I'm working through that as well. But yeah, it's a common thing that a lot of us do. But comprehension is a big piece. I'm actually going to show you how my brain processed things in the past. I'm going to read passages and show you how I used to learn. And now I'm going to show you how I learn, because it's important. We all need to learn how to learn. And that means simply learning how to take notes, how to apply the information, how we ask questions. We may need to ask specifically, in what context are you speaking? We may need to ask specific questions. What does this mean? Sometimes we don't ask that, and teachers want to be engaged like that. If you ask a teacher what they mean, teachers are in that position because they love to teach. So ask them questions, ask them What does this mean? Give them examples, give them things so that they can bounce back and forth, and they can learn new stuff off of you because you're, it's showing how invested you are in wanting to learn. You show them what you learn and show them what you think, and then they grow as teachers. You will grow as a student. But comprehension was a big one. I'm going to enjoy this process. I'm going to enjoy taking you along with me. I'm going to enjoy, I'm just also showing you around. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this thing. I figure, I got this wonderful stabilizer. Why not why not get to using it? And all that good shit. So I'm probably gonna get even more congested than I already am. I'm cool with that. But this cold air really just kind of opens up my nostrils. you know how the cold does, constrict vessels and all that good shit. But I may just take my ass back in the car and head home and get some other stuff done, or I may just take a stroll to Philly, see if my jacket's done. I was gifted a leather jacket from Wilson's on my Christmas, and I was getting it altered because I'm pretty small, and I have to get things altered to fit me nicely. So I gotta go pick that up from Mr. Baldwin. It may take you along, may not, I don't know. But I wanna, do this blogging thing and take it a lot more serious and have fun with it. And yeah. Off to Mr. Baldwin's. I wonder if he's gonna let me record. Maybe, shit, I've let him know it's like, he don't need no damn promotion, but I was just thinking to myself, like, maybe I could, do a little bit of that. But hey, you never know. I let him know I'm doing a vlog, and maybe he might be like, sure. And I'll be like, all right. Let me tell you, I didn't realize after that accident I wouldn't have been so jumpy still. Like, am I traumatized? Is that what this is? Is this PTSD? Where I am so much more jumpy. I'm not going to say I'm so much more consciously aware of driving, because I've always been consciously aware of what I'm doing as I'm driving. But I mean, I find myself like, like I'd be like, real quick as I'm driving, because, even though I saw what happened, I'm still not prepared, but I'm still jumpy, just jumpy. Maybe I guess in a couple more weeks it'll just go away, but that shit was no joke. All right.
How are you?
It's really good. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this. Hold on. I couldn't. Oh! Oh! Oh yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. Look at that. Oh, let me get my ass up out of here. I done put all that money in that meter. I might take a stroll. Nah, no point.
Don't give a no, I never give a, never will give a fuck.
Hey.
If you think you about to get some shit for free, well, sorry, sir, you out of luck.
Mr. Baldwin did an amazing job on this.
This is the Galley Grub.
Gifted to me for Christmas. Got some work done to it.
Let me spell the shit out for you,
Looking
just like
nice.
this tequila and a beat. F-U-C-K out my face, you gon' pay. Ain't no way, there's 1465, or you can have a night.
Look at your time like money. You've probably heard this before. Every day, if I invest my money into something every day consistently, what is the return going to be for me? Consider the things you're giving to like a bank, and it's going to give you interest or something like that. Or consider all these things like you're planting in the ground, it's going to bring something out. Every day you're tending to something that you planted, and it's going to bring you something. So say for instance, I'm going to invest my days every day into drawing or sketching or capturing form, composition. What do you think is going to bring you? What do you think that's going to bring you? What is the return going to be? A greater understanding of form and composition is going to give you a greater handle on that. And you're going to be really good at it. You're going to be a pretty good, somewhat of a master of that. If you consistently invest your energy into poor eating, for instance, what do you think the return is going to be? on wellness? What do you think investing your energy and time consistently into watching dumpster porn? And that sometimes that will add more anxiety to a person, like, oh my God, I'm investing into this. Because I used to be that way. I used to have a lot of, I used to just, everything that I would hear that was geared towards fixing or helping or providing balance and order to things, I would always contrast how out of order I was to it and to give myself anxiety about it. Until you just go out and just do it and put yourself in it, those thoughts will fade away. But look at every day, the things that you're doing on repeat. Look, what are you investing into? And what do you think the return is? So there you have it, episode 1, focus, attention management, the fast focus book, and all the stuff in between. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm gonna probably do the next one and just combine everything from like the last I guess 4 episodes all into the next video. But because I don't want to have everything out of sync like that. I want my videos and all my stuff to be in sync. So hope you enjoyed. Again, like, share, all that good stuff. Subscribe, do everything that you're supposed to do on these pages. And I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm going to continue to build on this video stuff. I want to make it a whole lot more of feeling like you're on the Fool's journey with me. So I'm going to be videoing way more, and I'm willfully going to need a wider memory for a lot of my devices in time. I know that I will. So yeah, just follow along and walk with me. And your comments, your commentary is welcome. All that kind of stuff is welcome. I really do welcome it. I like it more on a public level so we can engage publicly. However, I'm still cool with the private messages, the text messages, the phone calls, all that good stuff. I do not mind either way. I appreciate you, and